All right. Hello, everybody. Thanks for joining us today. My name is Shivi. I'm the host for today's show, and I lead a special community efforts at Microsoft to help build better community products as well as democratize AI learning via communities. So, if you want to learn more about the initiative, make sure you subscribe to our newsletter below to learn more and stay tuned about future programming. Again, really welcome everybody to join today. Feel free to drop in the chats where you're joining us from. Share your LinkedIn profile if you'd like to connect with fellow, viewers. And let's make this space as interactive as possible. Make sure you drop in the chats where what questions you might have for today's guest. So I'm excited to share this new series, the AI Community Learning Series, with you all. Our goal here is really to help you navigate the world of AI, whether you are a product manager, designer, marketer, or in any other role. We are diving deep into with industry leaders and practitioners to really share actionable insights to make AI more accessible and impactful in your work. Again, a quick reminder for those who are interested to receive recap of key takeaways from today's event. Stay up to date with future events. Make sure you subscribe to our newsletter here. And we're sending out invites to more and more people to join our AI enthusiast community that's just opening up this week. So really looking forward to see many of you there. Now, without further ado, I'm really, really excited to introduce today's guest. Let me bring her up to the stream. Hi, Bella. Thanks for joining us today.
Hi, Shui. Great to be here.
Yeah, it's really good to have you here. So Bella is the co-founder and CEO of Orby AI, an AI agent platform that automates critical tasks to help enterprise teams reclaim time and focus on high-value work. Drawing on her extensive experience leading AI product management at UiPath and IBM, I believe before then, Bella founded Orby to simplify and scale automation for modern business. Built from the ground up with generative AI at its core, Orby is the only AI agent platform powered by a large action model, LAM. We're going to talk a lot about that today, Bella, delivering unmatched efficiency. So your vision is to define the future of work by freeing time and unlocking human potential through smarter automation. A very exciting and grand vision. Bella, tell us a little bit more about what was the founding story and your vision. How did you get started?
Yeah, for sure. So maybe we can pull up the screen really quickly.
Yep.
Okay, cool. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, great. So before I started Orby, as Shiri mentioned, I worked at UiPath. I was there from early stage to post IPO on the product team. And so I had to learn a lot from UiPath and really deeply believe in using technology to automate those soul crushing work that humans really are not supposed to do. But also over the years, I feel that there's still a lot of things that we can do with better technology. So especially now with the new AI technology, there is really a possibility to build it from the ground up with AI. So after UiPath IPO, I got together with my co-founder, Will. He was at Google in the last 9 years, building some of the most cutting edge AI products. And we're thinking, what if we can use foundation model and AI agents to rebuild this automation stack? And so we got together, we hired some of the best technical talent from Google and from Stanford, started a company, and we are backed by some of the best top investors in the Silicon Valley, like NEA, Pear VC, and Win VC. And then fast forward now almost 3 years, and we are Series A stage, $35 million funded, and we already deployed the enterprise AI agent platform for some of the largest Fortune 500 customers and even some Fortune 50 customers for the really mission critical business processes. And they are seeing significant impact across their different teams. So very proud of that for sure.
Yeah, that's very exciting. I still remember the early days you told me about founding this. I can't believe it's already been 3 years. So time really flies. Let's dive in. So during my intro of you, we mentioned about a large action model. It's proprietary to Orbit. So how does LAM work? Like, how is it different from AI agents or agentic workflow that's become some of the hottest terms that we hear a lot these days? So tell us more about it.
Yes, of course. So let me maybe first just quickly describe what do we do at Orby in terms of this AI agent platform. So imagine that you have AI agent that can just observe what you do and all the different type of steps, the applications, and even the different dependencies. And then the agents can quickly learn and even start to generate the automations for you. And then if you like it, you can start to automate it immediately. And then once you start to run the automations, and then the agents can even start to just quickly adapt to changes. And the analogy that I use is like your intern that have general intelligence and knows how to do the work. And then it can start to just learn really quickly and gradually take over and do the work for you and with minimum type of human oversight. So that's the agent, enterprise AI agent platform we're building. And then behind the scene, as we mentioned, is really this large action model. So we coined this term called LAM. We're all familiar with this term called large language model, right? So it's language in and language out. We pre-trained the large action model with all the different actions that you do on your computer. So as an example, you log into your application is an action. You click a button is an action. You fill in a form is action, etc. So the model essentially is trained with all the different common actions, and it can understand all the different actions. So by observing the different actions as input, the model will understand what you need to do to complete the tasks. So that's the concept of LAM.
Yeah,
And
I
so,
really like that, how it's drawing parallel to a large language model where a lot of texts are serving as inputs, and in this case, actions were input.
correct, exactly. So action in and action out. That's why our model is actually name is called Actio.
That's very interesting. Yeah.
If you want to learn more about Actio, we have more information on the website. So we have a white paper describing the model details too. So the model is actually state of the art. It has much better performance than most of the model out there, both open source and closed source model. And then you can see the different benchmark, even different ways that we test the model as well.
This is great. We dropped the QR code here. So for folks who wanted to learn more, you can scan the QR code here. Also, if you subscribe to our Substack, we will be sending out a recap email of today's key takeaways, and there we will include a link as well.
Very cool.
Right. So, Bella, you mentioned about the land, and it's a great way to describe that, how that's parallel to large language model. Um, so, Orbit also introduces the concept of generative process automation. So, tell us a little bit more about how exactly you are enhancing efficiency in the enterprise workflow. Do you have any specific examples or theories that you want to walk us through and showcase how it's being used?
Yeah, of course. So we have a lot of great kind of examples. And oh, okay. So these are some of the Actio examples. So let's first maybe compare this a little bit more with traditional type of platforms, automation platforms. And so in the old paradigm, and it's really based on rules, right? So whenever you think about rules, there's a limit because when humans do their work, a lot of times it's not based on rules because humans are intelligent. When you do your work, you have a lot of different judgment. But now, because Orby is built based on this large action model, it has the inherent type of reasoning capability. So we can start to automate a lot of very complex type of tasks that can just not be automated before, that really require reasoning and decision making. So that's one difference. And then the second point is really around this development paradigm difference. And before, if you think about anything related to development, you need to code all the different steps and also different type of permutations. But now the model actually can understand the human intent and extremely flexible and extremely fast. Maybe before you would need months and quarters just to automate one process. Now it can be days, and you don't need very heavy investment from your development team. And the last one, it really comes to maintenance. And because it's based on rules with the old type of technology, and it's very easy to break when your application just changes, when your process just changes, you have to reprogram everything. But now with AI agents and large action model, it actually understands what you do like a human. It can automatically just adapts and it can continuously just learns over time. So that's also a huge paradigm shift. So this is really how I think the technology and the platform is built completely differently. And then let me give you one example and then how we can use it really in the customer context. I really like this example. So one of our customer is a Fortune 500 kind of customer. They are using us for their finance expense auditing process. So I guess all of us have don't like to submit our expense reports. But on the other hand, your finance team also don't like to audit all the expense auditing, all the expenses, because it's very time consuming and it's very tedious. And so for this customer of ours, they have to audit millions of travel expense receipts. And today they only maybe do some like sample check of 10%. So though they suspect that there may be like the non-compliance rate is 40%. And with Orby, they are able to automate 100% of the auditing process. And it's extremely easy. They just install an Orby agent platform. They show Orby how they really audit all the different receipts in SAP Concur or in PeopleSoft software, step by step, and then just talk to Orby a little bit of the different type of policies that they use. And Orby will just immediately generate the different type of automation, and the human auditor just like validate the workflow, and then they can immediately put it into production. So with this use case in production, they are able to increase their audit rate from 10% to 100% and $4 million saved through automated fraud detection and compliance checked. And they reduced their manual review time by 95%. And also, more importantly, for the first time that they have 100% visibility into this whole process. They know what is actually happening with their expense and what are the percentage of duplicate receipts, what are the percentage of potentially even fraudulent receipts that they can even investigate further. So that's really the power with automation. It's not just cost saving, it's not just saving time, it's a better visibility, it's better accuracy, and even preventive savings for everyone.
Yeah, that's very exciting. I think you can learn more about more successful stories in this site below. I think, Bella, I have so many questions to double click on that though. I think one of the question we can talk about is hallucination, right? Like because so many AI tools and AI models, people often ask, how do you prevent or mitigate hallucination? And in this case, what do you do to reduce that? And then maybe we can further talk about a broader sort of AI adoption challenges. Obviously, this is a very successful use cases. What are some other most common challenges that enterprise face, whether it's hallucination or security, privacy, maybe change management is it faced with integrating AI agents, and how does Orbit learn to overcome some of that?
Yeah, so I think you mentioned quite a few. I would say those are all the common challenges. The first one I would say is around just generally how enterprise adopt AI, how you really deal with this type of the accuracy. I would say this is expectation around AI accuracy. That's one challenge. So this is something I want to talk through, the unique methodology we have here called guided autonomy. And then security and privacy is definitely another topic, and we can double click on this one maybe like another time. And we have some thought leadership article that we'll post as well. And then change management is definitely another one that is really, really critical that we see too. So first around guided autonomy, what is this one? So we all know that AI is not perfect because AI is not deterministic, right? Is is like it will never really be 100% accurate in a way. And then even so how do you really put it into production, especially in a really strict and enterprise setting for some of the most mission critical type of large scale processes? So the way that we work with customers is that maybe you don't need to really have complete automation and full autopilot in a way. And so because if you think about it today, this is really where you are. Your current state is complete manual work, and then it's all done by human. All tasks carried out manually by human. It's 100% human effort. It's no automation. So it's huge processing cost. It's very slow and it's extremely error prone. This is your current state. So if you can just start to use AI agent to just like start to automate the process, but with human as a reviewer, you can get benefits right away. It doesn't need to get to 100% accuracy. And so then you can start to get the data points and you can start your human user actually get more comfortable with AI. And this is also helps with change management too, because you're a lot of times employee needs time to get used to a new tool. And then you can also use the data that you gather from this phase one to improve the results. So at Orby, we actually have a feature called continuous learning. We can automatically improve the results based on the human feedback. And then we move to next phase, human as selective reviewer. And then even the next phase, human is really dealing with very much exception. So this is great because if you think about it, your human essentially just like quickly, immediately promoted from being an execution worker to a manager to be a reviewer. And then your process is automated. The time for the human is safe and it's faster. And then and then it's more strategic focus for the human, and you achieve basically the automation purpose. And then maybe you will finally get to phase four, is like complete automation with minimal human oversight. And we see this journey all the time with a lot of processes. So as an example, we have a customer who are using Orby to automate their legal contract review. They Because their contract is a very large Fortune 500 customer, their contracts are extremely complex. Some contracts can be as long as like 100 pages. We need to review to help them even understand different terms, to give suggestions of how to do the different revenue accounting, how to enter it into their finance systems. So of course you won't get to like even 95% accuracy like upfront. But then they're extremely happy if you can get to 80% accuracy with like some human review in the beginning, and they immediately save time. And then the model just continuously improve to like over 90%. But what happened is that they just all save like 80% time and then 90% time. And then it's a big saving for the whole team. So that's what we have really how we have seen guided autonomy approach being put into production for real use cases.
Yeah, this is a great framework, I think, to break down sort of the human in the loop roles into different phases. Bella, I know that we mentioned about this during our prep that we're not going to show a live demo, but for folks who are interested, for example, Dennis or the Dennis is out there, how can they know more about Orbis capability? Do they visit the website, or do you have a video there, or how do people learn more about it?
Yeah, so definitely check out our website, and also you can request a demo through our website, and our sales team can be in touch and to show you a demo. And we just because we do have a lot of volume of request demo, so it's like it would be great if you can describe a little bit more of your use case and how you can use Orby for, and then we can make sure that the demo we can prepare the demo that can really be more applied for your use case.
All right, thank you. So we talk a lot about some of the AI adoption challenges around like hallucination accuracy and etc. Right now, one of the biggest debate is that how do people think about measuring ROI for implementing AI, right? Like,
Mm-hmm.
is it because for a long time AI actually have exists for 84 or 5 years now, and for a long time people were thinking of like AI maybe not as good. It's like more hype than it is real efficiency gain. This wave of AI seems to be different, but I think there's still a lot of debates around how do you think about measuring ROI, how much to invest. What's your Orbis point of view on measuring ROI?
Yeah, I think I have a few kind of opinion here about measuring ROI for for AI, and also this has like really also evolved in the last few years. And I think the first point is um, customer have been really smarter right now about ROI measurement. And when ChatGPT just came out, there's just like huge lot of excitement and enthusiasm about AI. And there's like different type of innovation budget around AI. So I would say it's not the case right now. And so large enterprise customer, they are more diligent around this ROI measurement, around building business case to make sure that they can actually get value from AI instead of just tapping into the different type of innovation budget. So that's one observation. And then in terms of getting to like the ROI measurement, I also think it's really challenging because some of the benefits is like more strategic. And so I do encourage leaders to think about this like from the different dimension. So based on our experience, I think there are five dimensions of the impact. So the first one is really around operational kind of benefits, because a lot of times when we put agents into the processes, you can really see that the immediate impact in terms of enhanced insights and decision making. So increase efficiency, reduce cycle time, etc. So as an example, if you record the case study we shared before, after you automate the expense auditing, you suddenly have all the 100% visibility into the data. You can understand the fraudulent rate. You can actually really start to have better decision making about the process. And then the second point is around governance. And once you have agents doing the work, and because AI in some way a lot of times they follow certain framework, they actually can potentially have much reduced error compared to human doing the work. And then you can also make sure to have better conformity in terms of the process, and then you can even have better compliance. And so this is sometimes a little bit of I would say benefits that organization potentially missed in a way. So this next one is the benefits to the customer. So this is pretty clear. We see a lot of AI agents use case for example, customer services sector, and is faster response to your customers is better experience, and overall faster process benefits everyone, right? And then the last one is better employee experience. We know that in certain jobs, like your accounting, your auditing, and there are even less skilled jobs, and there are uh, college less graduates going into this job because it's really boring. And so it's a high priority for the leaders to make sure that they improve the employee experience and to have more AI and to have more automation. And I think there's a recent HP study showing that using AI can improve the employee event happiness by 11 points. So that's very encouraging to see. And the last point is around everything related to financial impact. I'm sure that all of you, if you are founders, you are product leaders, this is definitely like something you're already doing with your customers, like cost saving and productivity increase. Or in some case, it may be revenue impact because of using AI. And so also sometimes it can be because using certain type because of the AI projects, you can even better generate certain revenue, and also the team can focus on more strategic type of projects that can also be measured as financial numbers too. So I think these are the 5 dimensions that I will look at.
Yeah, this is another great framework, I think, to think about sort of the multidimensional impact of AI, not just, the pure sort of operational efficiency, cost saving, and being able to, some of these are not necessarily directly quantifiable. I think another aspect that we talked about during our prep was sort of the time horizon in AI investment and how it being a very strategic bet, and how important it is to get in the game and really learn and improve and iterate. Because I think unlike traditional software implementation, where the implementations are a lot more deterministic, this AI can just change a lot. Sometimes you don't know what you don't know, and then so learning how to operate with AI and by being in the game, I think it's an important aspect as well, even when the ROIs indirectly correlate to direct cost saving. Um, we are almost coming up on time. Whenever there's fun discussions, time always flies. So, Bella, I wanted to ask you, maybe on behalf of a lot of our listeners, many of us are not in AI day to day like you for the past 3 years or maybe longer with UniPath and your work at IBM. What are some of the practical steps that you can, tips that you think that practitioners can take to increase their AI proficiency and make them more an AI powered professional to future proof their career as more and more automations are coming in? How do you or your employees stay abreast with what's happening in the market?
Yeah, so I think that first, like in terms of advice for leaders, we talk about the time horizon. It's definitely like a lot of short term, start with quick wins, and mid-term is like just like start with some expand your AI agent deployment, and then this long-term horizon to focus on more long-term business type of transformation with agent program. And then in terms of the advice for the community around getting more just like um, just keeping up to date about what's happening with agents. I think that, for example, this community, this sessions like this is a really great way. And I think there are a lot of great newsletters as well around AI agents. And also, I think there are some great YouTube programs as well around AI agents. And so that's so if you just dig in like that, definitely there are a lot of different ways. If you are interested, like I also think there are a lot of in terms of agents, a lot of great papers out there. If you are interested, definitely you can also just privately chat with me, and I can share some of the things that I personally subscribe to as well.
Bella, if you could share that list with us for our recap, I think that
Okay.
would be really helpful for the community as well. And I think
Okay.
this discussion have really resonated with our member, like Beth, around ROI, that framework that you develop. It's very much similar to how digital transformation first started probably 10, 15 years ago. I remember implementing Salesforce, and a lot of the change management
Mm.
stuff were also breaking down into different dimensions. So yeah, considering the holistic picture and making that investment decision. Thank you so much again, Bella, for joining us and sharing your wisdom. Again, we'll share a lot more of the insight around white paper, what newsletters Bella follow, and then some of the successful case study people can take from our newsletter. And thank you so much for sharing your time and wisdom with our community.
Thank you.
All right, have a great weekend. Bye.